Kips Clips. Alrighty, YouTube's another one of Kips Clips. I didn't know YouTube and the social net still existed, to be honest, but fuck's sake, turned on the social nets this morning, it was still here. Unfortunately. I think last time I said it was a digital detox. I think the more honest, the more fairer way of describing it is a social net detox. I just had enough of the social networks. Full stop. Every single one of them. Pile of shite. Not what they say on the tin. Just an absolute contrived mindfuck to steer you. Suck in your energy and use it for other people's purposes. I'm I'm on YouTube saying this, which is fucking bizarre, so I'm aware of the hypocrisy, but I'm kind of done with the social nets and fucking in general. It's all one big theatre production put on by many people to steer your energy, and I'm going to show you that and take you down a wee trip through my nut. Oh shit, hold on. Let me see if I can sort that out. That's going to cause me problems. Right, that should be okay. And this is one of the things that annoys me about YouTube as well. So many people project authority, bounce on the YouTubes, start rhyming and repeating other people's conclusions, theories, a 10 barrage of bullshit, and they might be good at presenting an authority in their style of presentation. So fucking unfortunately mindless. God, I'm trying to stay away from language between fucking putting people down, but unfortunately I'm in such a habit that I can't. But I think for thousands of years, the intellectual elites amongst us have had the attitude that the lower down slaves are too dumb to understand, are too dumb to make sensible decisions, so they take that decision process away from them, while presenting a theatre which makes an illusion of choice, when in reality it's a big bunch of elite scumbags staying in the Acropolis deciding for us, while presenting to us that we've got a say in the decision making process, while all the time using theatre to control the populace. And I'm going to take you down. Basically what I'm going to do here, the red car and the blue car had a race, but I'm going to go, if you can see here, the structure of Greek democracy, or democrascam. So what I'm trying to paint here is, don't get gaslit by democracy. Don't believe the shit behind it. Don't get gaslit by it. Don't buy into the fucking 2-party, 3-party, 4-party, hear every freak of the fucking circus party democrascam systems that are presented to us, the dumbed down masses, as some sort of a fucking illusion on choice about things that really matter. So that's going to be my journey. Good starting place, 40 seconds, and hardware. Now this is getting just. This hardware has got the red team versus the blue team in it, which is happening in America just now. It's happening in the UK, it's happening in Europe, happening in other places in the world, right? They're pitting the people against each other to get change. And this advert's got the perfect analogy in it. Red car and the blue car had a race. All he wanted to do is stuff his face. I remember this, I'd be a guy. Right, so there's smart old blue, the Democrats, using their brain as opposed to the red team. Mate, I'm going to fucking eat everything. Right? You see your Democrats and Republicans there. You see your Labour and your Conservatives. You see every choice that's offered in a democrascam. It's an illusion of choice. It's 2 cars in a fucking race. What if you don't want a fucking car in the race, you know what I'm saying? There is no choice. It's the red car or the fucking blue car. Now, please bear with me. I think this is a very worthwhile exercise. And what I'm going to do here is not just rhyme and repeat other people's conclusions. I'm going to show you the complete workings in my crazy nut of how I've came to these conclusions, instead of just standing up here and going, oh, I know the truth, Illuminati, deep state. Right? So let's have a wee look at some of these, right? The structure of Greek democracy, right? You know, the democracy scam that we've still got today, right? Go and look at the structure of the democracy in ancient Greece. It wasn't so much as a democracy as more the elite scumbags dictating to every cunt else. The only difference about that system is there wasn't one king leading. The elite douchebags between themselves had a certain amount of discussion and debate about what they'd done with the slaves, the women, foreigners, females and children, the male children, and it was only male citizens, and the democracy, I think it was the council or whatever, that had the ability to vote. Right, that's all. Right, the slaves didn't even have the illusion, they were just fucking slaves. So, this is the pyramidic structure of society, of how to govern, of how to rule that we're living through just now. It's the exact same. I would argue it's the exact same, right? And this isn't because that fucking picture told me so. It's because what I'm witnessing, right? The slaves, the women and children and male children are offered up the red car and the blue car. Now, let's just go through a few more of these. It'll take a wee while. I've put hundreds of stuff together. So, democracy in Athens. That's showing you the three branches. The three branches of democracy scam in Greece. It's the exact same shit that's in America, isn't it? Exact same shit that was in Rome. It's the exact same fucking shit. This. Now, I'm going to go to the Greek tragedies and everything. What have we got here? That shows you the numeric structure of the Greek democracy, right? So you had these few little fucking red douchebags on top. You can pause this and read the fucking key if you want. And all the other scumbags, us, down below. The only difference between this structure is now this big group of fucking scumbags down below, I'm one of them by the way, don't worry, I'm not excluding myself, have been given the illusion of choice. We've been given the red car or the blue car. Because they're having a race, don't you know? Now, let's just have a wee look at Greek tragedies. This is how the elite douchebags controlled the populace to bend their will to basically vote the way the elite douchebags wanted them to in the first place. So even within the structure, even within that structure there, the people in the red are getting manipulated to vote one way or the other if the vote outright is not getting manipulated. So again, the illusion of choice, I believe. Right, so this is the Greek tragedies, Greek theatre basically, the Greece, the birthplace of Western civilization. It's scary. Nothing's changed. It's the exact same fucking setup. And this is how they used to, control, steer the opinion of the citizens of Greece that did have the right to vote. It was a form of theatre in ancient Greece and Asia Minor. It reached its most significant form when I can't read too fucking slow. In Athens in the 5th century BC, the works of which are sometimes called Attic tragedy. Greek tragedy is widely believed to be an extension of the ancient rites carried out in order of Dionysus, right? Stay with me, Princess Diana, Dionysus. It's all the same characters, people, cult worship that goes back to then and beforehand. It's still going on to this day, but they tell you something different just to control you. Again, so it's heavily influenced the theatre of ancient Rome and the Renaissance. Tragic plots were more often based on myths from oral traditions or aphoric epics. In tragic theatre, however, these narratives were presented by actors. And then it goes on to tell you. So this is how they used to control you with the Greek tragedy. So if you go to ancient history, they admit it was a very influential form of drama. The reason it was influential is the plays were constructed not to entertain, but to steer the opinion of the populace. Right? I would argue there's lots of people out there that share my opinion on a lot of these conclusions. What was I looking for here? It was this one. Ancient suits that went very seriously and used drama as a way of investigating the world they lived in and what it meant to be human. The three genres were drama, comedy and satire plays. The most important one was tragedy. Just trying to show you my workings here. So that's the scam of the Greek democracy that's been rolled out for like more than 2,000 years now, that we still can't put our collective heads together and think of something different. Nah, you need to have the red car or the fucking blue car. Fuck all else. No. Anything else is just bullshit. Because you're not allowed to think outside the red car and the blue car box. Now, classic Athens. Now, there's Molech. This is why I mean by don't get gaslit by bullshit, right? Study iconography. Go and look at encyclopedias and fucking even Wikipedia for fuck's sake. Stay away from YouTube and crazy crackpots fucking telling you about fucking satanic panic, Illuminati, this, deep state, that, and Donald Trump's fucking balls shine. It will gaslight you to politically motivate you one way or the other, or just turn you into maybe it's just some sadistic bastard gaslighting you for their own pleasure. Who knows? Right, so the ancient Athenians, their symbol was the owl of Athens, right, which represents knowledge and all that. Now, I can go around and show you Victorian architecture where you'll see the owl implanted in the architecture and the aerial drawings of an owl, and all the Glasgow Green's got one, Victoria Park up the road's got one, the White House has got one, to name but a few that rhyme off my straight head. And they'll gaslight you and go, Illuminati, Baphomet, go and fucking study this shit instead of listening batshit fucking crazy Alex Jones. So there was, that was the symbol of Athens, right? Yeah. Now, Athens' major rival was Sparta, right? So, what, does anybody know? Oh, by the way, and the colour of ancient Athens, which I should have actually fucking dug out, but hey ho. If you're interested in this stuff, it will be worthwhile hanging around for it. So, let me. I mean, and these are all things that people with a curious mind could have done for themselves instead of listening to fucking Alex Jones and Bohemian Illuminati, Satanist, right? It's just going to gaslight you and take you down the road he wants you. Oh God, it's going to show me to be a liar now. Right, the colour associated with Athens and the owl was blue. There's one small example there. I should have actually took the time out to find more. If you don't believe me, too bad. Go and check it out for yourself. You will be able to find lots of references to the colour blue in Athens. So you've got... let me see if this would bring up different results in any way. That's just showing me to be a fucking liar. Well, there's one representation in blue. Anyway, in ancient Athens, the colour associated to them was blue, just like the Democrats, just like the blue car. Sparta! What symbol do you think they used to fly? Do you think they were an Illuminati? Think they were a Masonic conspiracy? Pyramid! It was a letter, but it's a pyramidic structure that you still see getting fucking flown everywhere, left, right and centre. And those examples of the owl in the Victorian architecture, and just in Glasgow, that I've shown you, all have the owl at the apex of a pyramid. But it's Illuminati deep state fucking craziness. Don't actually go and study motherfucking known history to figure this shit out for yourself. Remember, red car and the blue car had a race. And right, let me see. I've got hundreds of stuff here, and I hope I can. Could not leak themselves. The obvious synchronicities, the obvious parallels to today's politics, not only here in the UK, but in America, and I could imagine on a fractal, similar in other countries as well. Every country's got their Labour and their Conservatives in their countries, haven't they? So, what I'm looking for here is, could not fend for themselves. Right here, this is the bit I want to read you from. So this is just about the Spartan army. Oh, and there's Zeus with the eagle, you know. Don't go and look at the iconography or ancient representations of all these fucking animals we're now told's Illuminati, deep state, fucking satanic panic, fucking bullshit. Don't scratch beneath the surface of this shit, nah. Illuminati. So this is talking about the Spartan culture, army, same sort of a thing. It was a military state, their beliefs and whatnot. So let's just have a wee read at some of this. Right? A Spartan male's involvement with the army began in infancy, where he was inspired by that word I'm not even going to embarrass myself trying to pronounce. Any baby judged weak or deformed was left at Mount Taygetus to die, since the world of the Spartans was no place for those who could not fend for themselves. This practice of discarding children at birth took place in Athens as well. It also links in. Now remember, this is before the Bible. It also links into a lot of biblical stories and shit as well. Those deemed strong enough to enter the Agog regime at the age of 7 under the Agog. The young boys of Sparta underwent intense and religious military training. Their education is focused primarily on cunning and sports and war tactics, but also included poetry, music, and theatre. Hold on. What the hell? Just missed that. I think I went to... Right, anyway, here it's here. Anybody judged weak, since the world of Spartans was no place for those who could not fend for themselves, right? So that was the mantra of Spartans with children way back then. Those who can't fend for themselves, throw them off a fucking mountain. Throw them off a fucking cliff. Does it sound like modern day politics? Does it sound like the modern day arguments we're allowed to have within the red car and the blue car had a race? Democracy scams of fucking the whole fucking world? Is it just, maybe I'm seeing Jesus on toast, and I'm showing the things that make me see the Jesus on toast, right? So just the eerily similarities to the rhetoric or the two fucking cars that you're allowed to vote for in the race bamboozles me. It blows my mind, and that's why I'm on here trying to talk about it. Shield wall tactics. Oh shit. Let me see if I can. I know it's all over the place, but hey. And right, what I want to show you, if I can actually find it. Control find. This is showing me to be a liar. Classical period. Now remember this. This was BC, before Christ, before the Vikings. You remember the Vikings? They came to Britain and they taught the Britons how to use shield wall tactics. So that was like, say, about 1400 years beforehand. So there you have ancient knowledge that was widely available in ancient Greece. And even before then, by the way, Greece didn't invent the shield wall tactics, which was then lost during the medieval period, which was then reintroduced into Britain through the Vikings, who, by the way, knew how to circumnavigate the globe, but we won't tell anybody that, because it's a swear. It's flat, I mean. So I thought it was interesting that there you have like the Spartans and the shield wall tactic, and it goes To me, it shows knowledge, military tactics, knowledge that if you were a leader, you would really want knowledge of how to fucking organise an army and kick cunts' asses, wouldn't you? Just crazy. But, right, what else did I want to show about this? Spartan army could not lead from themselves. Then I want to show you these two wars. The writing's on there. I can't pronounce it. Doesn't mean that you can't see what it's meant to be. Right, this war here, that war. This was a war between. Let me get this right. This was a war between Sparta and Athens, right? Which Athens ultimately won through using their brain and not their might. Again, the red car and the blue car had a race. It's telling you that analogy. But hey, go and buy a Milky Way. And so that was that was the red car and the blue car having a race and also fighting each other. And it'd be interesting to go and touch on that war, the conclusions and the outcomes. And then maybe think about that as into regards as to what democracy and the powers behind it are actually. This war I wanted to show you, this was the war between Athens. Again, call me crazy. Athens, the birthplace of the Western civilization before the baby Jesus. Who was their fucking arch enemy? Who was their Joker to their Batman? It was the Persians. That's Iran, modern day Iran. Fast forward to today. What have we got? We've still got Western civilization and Iran trying to go to war. But hey, it's crazy to actually think that the fucking same power elements behind the wars are now the same ones behind what current wars we're having. This is just what I see. It could be batshit crazy, but I'm showing you my Jesus and toast. So that was a couple of significant wars from classic Greece. And it's interesting to go and look at classic Greece, the competing parties, the structure of the democracy, the wars they had, their enemies, the technology, the fucking information, the people that came out of there. I believe it's an important part if you want to understand fucking anything. Ancient Greece has just laid the foundation for everything we see right now. The structures. The structures, what's the word I'm looking for? Oh, fuck, the schools. Oh god, brain fart and a half. Anyway, let's go on. So, Alexander. Alright, I wanted to show this. Now, the black lines, I know that's not very easy for you to see, but that is the roots of conquest by Alexander the Great as he was conquering, making his wee empire. Went down to Egypt, conquered that, built Alexandria. He also oh, no, can he really do that? Oh, do that. He also ventured into Persia. Fuck it, I'll just do that. You can get the general idea. He also went in and conquered parts of Persia, and then when he fell, the Persians fought back, and there was that continued conflict between the cradle of Western civilization, whose fucking structures are still firmly into place this day, against the Persians. Anybody know what's the main contributing factor to one could argue the main factor in the world war we're witnessing right now? What competing entities? That'd be the West against Iran, wouldn't it? Call me crazy for fucking seeing what I see, but I do see it. So I would just, and do bear in mind, like Alexander the Great, especially amongst Freemasonry, and Western civilization, is held in great esteem, high esteem. Alexander, birthplace of libraries and all that. I mean, you've got I'm trying to think here. You've got Alexander up just down for Loch Lomond that I've documented on my channel. That's got the 3 pyramids in it. But it's a wee coincidence there. And Alexander is it was built in the Victorian period, if my mind serves me correct, and the Victorians in Scotland during the Victorian period. Shit, I forgot this. I think it was 2 in every 10 men. Don't quote me on that, but it was a high percentage of the male population in Scotland was Freemasonry. Was a Mason. This isn't disputed. And the Freemasons were obsessed with ancient Greece as well as ancient Egypt after they were obsessed with ancient Greece. And all the Freemasons that were designing and building all the Victorian expansion of Britain named all the streets, named all the fucking after all the stuff they were obsessed with. And this history that I'm going through just now is the stuff that they were obsessed with. So if you want to learn, if you want to get an idea, clues, that what the Freemasons, the secret societies and all that, the learned people of the time were into, go and research it yourself. You can do it. You know the internet isn't social media. You know, you've got fucking, oh God, oh, my camera's having a brain fart. Right, let me do this. Deactivate. And activate. And, God. Poo-da-boo-ee down the Milky Way. Right, there we go. Let's apply that shit. Right, so, let's move on from Alexander. I know this is going to be a long one, but if you're interested in this shit, it's worth it. Right, let's go to Donald Duck in ancient Greece, right? And what they're telling us about ancient Greece.
Let's go to ancient Greece.
Oh yes, Donald!
Pythagoras.
Woo,
the
yeah!
master egghead of them all.
Pythagoras?
The father of mathematics and music.
Mathematics and music?
Ah, you'll find mathematics in the darndest places. Watch.
See the
First, we'll need a string. Stretch
It's
it
just a
super
cartoon.
tight, plunk it.
Doesn't mean anything.
Now divide in half. Plunk again.
Yeah.
You see?
I learnt more knowledge from that Donald Duck clip than I did from however many years I fucking I can't. However many years I managed to at least turn up in school. And I genuinely learned, I really wish I learned to learn a lot earlier. Unfortunately, I ended up thick as shit, and my brain wasn't able to suck in the amount of information I wanted to once the want for knowledge was there. But let me get to Donald Duck and Pythagoras.
It's the same tone, 1 octave higher. Pythagoras discovered the options he got.
Ooh, Pythagoras. Mathematics invented the musical scale and the golden ratio.
Excited
And all that.
Pythagoras was when he shared his findings with his pals, a fraternity of eggheads, known as the Pythagoreans.
Pythagoreans. I'll go into that
They
in a
used to
second.
meet in secret to discuss their mathematical discoveries.
Oh, there was a secret society in ancient Greece that was obsessed with fucking numbers and geometry? But it can't be true because Donald Duck's telling you, you know. I'd advise everybody to go and watch that fucking cartoon, man. Immense.
Only members were allowed to attend.
With a
They had
secret
a
handshake.
secret emblem, the pentagram.
Oh, and a secret handshake with the pentagram. Ooh.
Let's see
Hint,
what-
hint. Nudge, nudge. Right, so there's Walt Disney talking about Pythagoras inventing mathematics and stuff. Now, this is going more into the history and what came out of Greece rather than the Democracy scam. So it's a wee bit of a tangent, but worthwhile anyway. It shows you the workings of my mind. I wanted to show you how what's happening in America right now is exactly the same that was happening in ancient Greece. I mean, the blue team and the red team stand for the exact same fucking shit. And they're fighting over the same stuff. Pythagoras. Right, let me see where I've got my train of thought down here. Right, Donald Duck. Right, we've talked about Donald Duck, didn't we? Shit. Trying to figure out. The Order of Demolay, right? Demolay was the Knights Templar, the head of the Knights Templar that got burnt in the stake in the 14th century. 1316 or some shit. Can't remember exactly right now. Now the reason I go here is Donald Duck, obviously Walt Disney. Walt Disney isn't fucking hell. I wish I'd saved that without all my fucking shitty spelling mistakes. Right, this isn't hidden information. Walt Disney is a member of the Order of Demolay. He isn't a Freemason. Let me just get rid of my face here for a wee second. Right, there's the Scottish Rite, York Rite. There's numerous other rites of Freemasonry as well. Don't get gaslit with that. This is a guide I'm showing you here. If you see clearly under there, there's the Order of Demolay and its symbol. To the best of my recollection, or to be entered into the Order of Demolay, you don't have to be a Freemason. You have to be the son of a Freemason. And it's just within the pyramidic structure, and within the pyramidic structure, there's a fractal in it. Within the structure, there's another structure within a structure, a structure, a structure. It's a big web. And here's a hint at a few of them that exist in Freemasonry. The Scottish Rite and York Rite. They're held up in the highest esteem because they're the oldest on record. They have the oldest records, basically. Scotland, Kilwinning Lodge, Mother Lodge, 000. We're the Scottish Rite Freemasonry, oldest known records of Freemasonry in the world. A secret society with a secret handshake obsessed about geometry. Where have I heard that before, Donald? And I'm not talking about Trump. Right, and there's and the reason I want to put that in is just to show you the link between the secret societies of ancient Greece, the secret societies of today, the politics of ancient Greece, and the politics of today. No fucking different. 2,000 fucking years later, no different. The academics and everybody stands up there and tells you straight to your face the fucking clue's right there. It's the birthplace of Western civilization. The structures that were fucking formed then are the same structures they're putting in fucking place now. And every cunt's getting gaslit with this bullshit theatre that there's a red car and a blue car having a race and we can choose a winner when we can't. These motherfuckers have been all over it for ages. And I'm not saying the world is a big Masonic conspiracy. That's not what I'm saying. I know it's not a Masonic. My dad was a Freemason. I know they're not I don't know, semantics and stuff, right? But I know they don't eat babies in their fucking basement and they're Satanists that fucking go out and murder people just for fun, right? So, there's the link between, there's the parallels. What's happening now and what happened then. Known motherfucking history. But every cunt goes and watch Illuminati shit. Right, so let's go a wee bit further with this. I know it might bore yous. Personally, I'm a pig in shit right now. And, right, let's go and have a wee look at Pythagoras himself. And let's just look at some of the things known or debated or discussed. Knowledge information points about Pythagoras, the Pythagoreans, Neo-Pythagoreanism, and all the cults they were in, the gods they worshipped. And let's see if we can see it in today, right in front of our face. And that's what I'm saying, don't get gaslit with this shit. Go and look at history. It'll all unfold itself to you like a fucking book. Crazy. But hey, just go and watch YouTube videos of a fucking guys that are good at projecting authority. They'll keep you straight. Right. This is my workings. This is what I've done this afternoon. I watched the Rangers game 2-1 get in there. And Arsenal 4-2 up in Tottenham. So, pig and shit, I told you. Football! Football to the left of me. History to the right. Here I am like a pig and shit with you. Working on that song. But, right, so what did I want to talk about Pythagoras? and maybe some shit people might find interesting about Pythagoras. Right, I need to figure out a way of how to actually show you the shit without my big nut getting in the way. Right, sworn to secrecy. Right, it's just talking about. Croton or whatever is on the Italian coast. That's where Pythagoras fucked off with Athens to set up his first Pythagorean school, where he founded a school in which later initiates were sworn to secrecy and lived in a communal ascetic lifestyle. The lifestyle entailed a number of dietary prohibitions, traditions said to have included vegetarianism. I thought that was a modern day fucking thing! Woohoo! I mean, mental, innit? Absolutely crazy. Stay with me, man. I will actually blow your mind here. Some of the stuff, I mean, to me, the links I'm showing you here are undeniable. The parallels are unfucking deniable. I'm showing you the workings, not from YouTube fucking videos, but from known history. Where they founded the school, vegetarianism, modern schools. Right, okay. What else do I want to... Oh, aye, right. Let me. Following Croton's divisive victory, right? So there was war in the area where Pythagoras' secret handshake, obsessed with numbers and geometry fucking school was, and some of them started getting burnt down to the ground. It's almost like people revolting against Freemasonry and going around and just burning down their lodges, right? Something else I wanted to... Pythagoras' followers came into conflict with supporters of democracy, and Pythagorean meeting houses were burned. Pythagoras may have been killed during that, right? That's why there was a need for secrecy, because back then, if you didn't believe in the fucking gods... Sound familiar as well? Back then, if you didn't believe in the gods that were presented to you, you were classed as a satanic panic devil worshipper. Take the baby Jesus' cock down your throat and repent now, or you're satanic. You've got a small fucking pea brain, motherfucker. Go to your church and throw your money down a fucking well, you tit. Anyway, what else did I want to show on this? The symbolism. Aye. Again. Aye, there we go. Yep. Pythagoras influenced Plato. Pythagoras continued to be regarded as a great philosopher throughout the Middle Ages, and his philosophy had a major impact on scientists such as all those dudes. Isaac Newton, you can read that one. Pythagorean symbolism was used throughout early modern European classicalism, and its teachings as portrayed in Ovid's Metamorphoses influenced the modern vegetarian movement. So the modern vegetarian movement comes out of the same fucking mystery schools of Greece that were fucking obsessed with geometry and numbers. And that influenced the modern day one. So this is the stuff I just find fascinating, and it's just to show you the parallels of the structures that were put in place in ancient Greece and how they're almost identical. Almost identical. Where did I want to go after that? Right, let's go to this now. Or let's do it this way. Right, this is about Pythagoreanism, which is like his sort of a cult, if you want to call it, his followers and stuff. God, I need to figure out a fucking way of doing this. We're going, that kinda works. Anyway. maybe I should edit this shit and make it look all cool and all that, but I can't be arsed. I'm just putting out fucking knowledge, information I find interesting. Pythagoras was already in ancient times well known for his mathematical achievements of the Pythagorean theorem, although the Babylonians had used this formula for centuries. Centuries! If you can see up there as well, I'm going to do a video, Don't Get Gaslit with 33, and talking about the knowledge and significance of 33. I could even do it in this video. I don't know. We'll see how quick it goes on. So again, even although Pythagoras is attributed with a lot of these findings and conclusions and all that, I think it's pretty much accepted. If you go and look into what Pythagoras' dad was, he was like a librarian of his time, or a bookmaker, if you want to call it that. So he would have been privy to some of the most knowledgeable books, so on and so forth of the time, and then his son bounced up with all this fucking knowledge pulled out of nowhere, but was getting used for centuries. So anyway, hopefully, I don't know, hopefully he's enjoying this journey. Any cunts hung around? I don't even know. Oh shit, what happened there? Okay. Okie dokie, pig and a pokey. Right, rituals. Now, again, this is on the page for Pythagoreanism, right? And it talks about all their rituals and stuff. The 4th century Greek historian and skeptic philosopher, that dude, asserted that Pythagoras had been inspired by ancient Egyptian philosophy and his use of ritual regulations and his belief in reincarnation. Right? So there you have Pythagoras from ancient Greece, the birthplace of Western civilization, parallels of the systems, the democracy scam and the setup is scarily, and he got all his, a lot of his knowledge was getting used for centuries by the Babylonians, and he got a lot of his philosophy about rituals and his cult, I'll go into that in a wee second, from ancient Egypt. Well, that would make sense to me why Freemasons are obsessed with ancient Greece and ancient Egypt. Primarily after the centralisation of Freemasonry in the 18th century. I know my history. The Freemasons were obsessed with ancient Greece. Then, when that obsession peaked, it went to ancient Egypt. And in those obsessions as well, they had the obsessions about Solomon's Temple, the dimensions, and all the coded, all the codes, all the secret knowledge, mathematical fucking shit that's in this book. And remember, this book was written after Pythagoras. Anyway, so where are we going now? Neo-Pythagoreanism. God. Maybe people would fucking listen to me a wee bit more if I could read. You know, it's hard being a dumbass, it really is. Neo-Pythagoreanism, right? The clues in the neo, that stands for Matrix. I had a brain fart and I was trying to think of the truth and industrial complex, fucking red pill, blue pill. There's another analogy. There's your red pill, blue pill in the fucking Matrix. There's your choice, Neo. Are you going to take this pill or that pill? Hold on. Give me the pills. Whack, you junkie bastard. That's what I would do. Because I'm not into the democracy scam. I'm not into the theatre production put on by fucking elite scumbags to fucking control me. But it's your bag, batter in. The red car and the blue car had a race. All he wanted to do was stuff his face. He ate everything he sees, from trucks to prickly trees. I can still remember that for being a wee guy. I'm not even joking. But hey, advertising doesn't work. Right, mono. Oh, this is what I wanted to show yous. Right. A lot of yous might... fucking hell, man. That's no good. It's not working. Alright, it's there, I just couldn't see it. Right, cool. Right, so Neo-Pythagoreanism. I'm just going to call it the Matrix. I can say that. Fuck's sake, he's got a star on the side, he's shaved into the side, he's in his laser, right, or something. But anyway, Arsenal 142 apparently. So, you had all the gods of Egypt, you had all the gods of Babylon, you had all the gods of ancient Greece, you had all the gods of Rome, which were all a play on each, it was all a bastardisation of the same shit, really, wasn't it? If you analyse it. And, well, let me just go through this. It was a school of Hellenistic philosophy which reviewed Pythagorean doctrines. Neo-Pythagoreanism was influenced by Middle Platoism. There's Plato and Pythagoras. Plato was inspired by Pythagoras, same shit. And turned Middle Platonism and in turn, fucking hell, I honestly cannot read. I wish I could, but I can't. I'm trying. And turned into Neoplatonism. Orientated in the 1st century BCE and flourished during the 1st and centuries. The 1911 Britannica describes the Matrix as a link to the chain between the old and the new within Hellenistic philosophy, as such as it contributed to the doctrine of monotheism, right? So, again, the birthplace of this one world fucking, this one god shit, away from all the confuse. Oh, God, man, everybody's got a fucking god for this and for that. What we need to do is tell the dumbed down slaves that there's only one god. Makes it easier to write a new book and keep everything fucking straight. It just makes it easier. We need to con the masses into ditching all their old gods and believing in a new one we just made up. But hey, no, I mean, God's real and made in 7 days and the God, the baby Jesus, it's all real. Not knowledge to be deciphered by people with brains. And how the fuck can somebody who can read have brains? I cannot read. Anyway, as it emerged during late antiquity, among other things, that influenced early Christianity. So again, that blows my mind away. There's the continuation and the same people influencing society. For what ends, you make up your mind. But what I'm saying is, it's all coming from the same place. Oh shit, man, it's a pain in the bum. What else did I have with the Neo Pythagoreanism, mono? God, let me see where it was. Let me think. Right here, this is, oh God almighty. Right, Pythagoreanism, there's Pythagoras. Alright, here we go. This is what I wanted to talk about. Pythagoreanism, right? And this talks about the cults that were involved. You know, I hate to keep doing this, but I need to ram home the point. You know, the secret cult that Pythagoras was in, it was all about numbers and mathematics and geometry and the true language that mathematics speaks. Let's go and have a look at the cults, the religions, the gods, the demigods, the Baphomets, the androgynous motherfuckers that they worshipped. So now you've got a Bacchic cult, right? Now I'll show you this. Click on that, and it comes to Dionysus, right? Remember Dionysus? Where did I see that again? It was very early on. Greek tragedies. This blows my mind, but these are all the interlinking, for me, undeniable parallels of system of control. The same people, same shit. Might be different names for different eras and stuff, but it's the same stuff. So, as I was talking about the Greek tragedies being used in Greece to control the populace, to vote a particular way, the illusion of choice. Well, Greek tragedy is widely believed to be an extension of the ancient rites carried out in honour of Dionysus, right? Who has many other names, which I'll get to. And it heavily influenced the theatre of ancient Rome. So again, it's a continuation. The power moved from Egypt to Greece to Rome to Britain to America. As all those areas of the world spread out their branches of fucking control to try and get the whole world under their sphere of system. So let's go to Diana. Now, Dionysus is a man, but it's a man boy. Looks like a woman, looks like a woman in the face, but has a penis. Right? Remind you of anybody? Statue of Liberty by any chance? You know the androgynous features of the Statue of Liberty? Think of the androgynous features of the Statue of Liberty and look at pictures of Dionysus. Let's see what it was. To show this. Here's many depictions of her. That was the one I could see that depicts her more. I keep calling her her. Him more closely to facially. If you go and look at that facially and put that side by side to the statue of Liberty, the statue on Glasgow City Chambers, the statue on Glasgow, the Co-op Wholesalers of Glasgow building, the Tradeston building. I don't know the name of that building actually. With the big gold Statue of Liberty. Identical! Not a wee bit in, not a wee bit out. Same fucking face! And in my opinion, same face, same fucking person. But anyway, I digress from Dionysus. What else did I want to talk about? The cults. And then, let me show you. Dionysus. Another name was Bacchus. That was the name the Romans used for the same god. And this was a fucking cool god. It was the god of everybody. It was the god of down and outs. Fucking it was the god of wine initially, right? It was basically the god of wine and debauchery, right? And then you would go and get fucking pie-eyed on wine and any other fucking things you can take to get off your tits. You would have massed orgies, big vomitoriums and all that. A big orgy, basically. This was the god, stroke S, of orgies, wine, drugs, drink, fucking debauchery. All the good shit. Life, right? This was the god all the down and outs, the waifs and strays, and the people that fucking weren't accepted in society worshipped. Right? And it's the same cult that... Wait, let me go into, sorry, Neil was talking about... Let me get my fucking train of thought on back here. Yeah, the Pythagoreanism is forces this in the 1st century, giving rise to the worship continued in Italy. So it was out of these cults. It was within these cults that the Pythagoreans hid. Right? So go and do their math by day, and then go and fucking get pissed out their tits and have big orgies by night. What a good life these guys had, eh? So, another name for Dionysus was Bacchus, right? Now, can you see what it is yet? Now, not only, I know, it's to be expected that there'll be pubs out there called Bacchus after the fucking Roman god of wine and debauchery. Makes sense, right? But wait till I show you this. This absolutely does blow my mind. I'll show you where it is, and then let me just. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to open up the rest of this. Now here is a fennel staff, which. Which Dionysus is related to. She was commonly shown to be holding a fennel staff. Now bear in mind this was before the good book. So a fennel staff is a staff with an acorn on the end of it, right? Now, so Bacchus, or Dianus, if you want to call it, what if there was a big fennel staff, not associated with the building, but in the general area of it? Would that be speaking a language to people who had the knowledge about the gods of ancient Rome and ancient Greece? I would argue yes. And where you'll find this in Glasgow is the Old Sheriff Court. And I've shown this in the architecture again. And could anybody perceive this statue to be a fennel staff? Right? And now, again, call me fucking crazy. I don't say what they say it is. I say what I see. I play catchphrase on these motherfuckers. Right? Is that me seeing Jesus in toast? Or is that me being able to read the language that is hidden in the architecture, the buildings, the hieroglyphs around us for the people that have the eyes to see? I would argue the latter. I'm happy for people to say I see Jesus in toast. I'm showing you my Jesus in toast. Fennel staff. Fennel staff. Dianos, which is also known as Bacchus. Bacchus. And there's the big church as well. I'll also show you something else. There's Bacchus there, right? Now, what's this building? Right across the way. Right in front of the Old Sheriff Court. Right in front of the old fennel staff of of Bacchus, I can say that easier. Bacchus! Right next to a pub named after that fucking god. Well, it would be Glasgow Grand Lodge. And of course, that's a bell up there, not an all-seeing eye, because somebody told me, I didn't say what I see, somebody told me that. That's the Grand Lodge of Glasgow, right in front of Bacchus. Bacchus, the god that was worshipped by the Pythagoreans who loved fucking geometry. And the god used to go around with a fucking acorn on a fucking stick. Right? Read this book. Freemasonry will tell you. This book will tell you one of the meanings. One of many meanings, but probably the meaning to like a first degree initiate. What the all-seeing eye means. And to first degree initiates, the all-seeing eye, according to this book, means Masonic law. Again, is it a coincidence that the all-seeing eye of Glasgow's Grand Lodge, which represents Masonic fucking law, is sitting down right in front of fucking Bacchus's fennel staff and right in front of the Old Sheriff Court? Now, there's nothing that will... no, that's not true. There are things that would unconvince me of this shit. But it would take somebody who fucking... I don't know what it would take to unconvince me that what I'm saying here is Jesus and toast. Now, did I want to show you anything else? St. Bacchus. Where was St. Bacchus? St. Bacchus would have been in there. Hold on, do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to open up the rest of them. Oh, this is what I wanted to show you. St. Bacchus. Right, so Bacchus, it's accepted that it's not Christian. Fuck all to do with Christianity. It's a god from fucking ancient Greece and Rome, and probably times before then as well. There's RFA. What is that actually? Royal Fleet Auxiliary, right. Part of the armed forces, named after the god the Pythagoreans worshipped. What else have we got here? Either St. Bacchus, along with St. Sergius, 3rd century Roman soldiers, commemorated as Christian martyrs. Christian martyrs? named after Roman gods? Does not fucking compute. Doesn't make sense unless you understand. Christianity was invented by the cult. Christianity was invented by the cult of Bacchus. And then they fucking sainted a Bacchus. So, look at this. Oh man, how can I say this? Think for yourself. Look at the similarities. Read the languages. And trace the etymology of all these things. And things will come a bit clear. And you can go down that, it'll blow you away. Like, a ballet, oil painting, that's art. What's the art about Bacchus? Oh, Leonardo DiCaprio done a Bacchus as well. Oh, to my surprise. Michelangelo done a Bacchus as well. I'm going to argue those two might have been fucking in the cult of Pythagoreans, or whatever the cult is called. I might go back to it. So, what else did I want to show you? Bacchus mysteries, Dionysium mysteries. We'll go into that in a wee second. I can remember what I wanted to. And then again, I just wanted. It's just all a fractal of a fractal of a fractal of a fractal. It's the same shit happening again. Exact same rhyme and repeat with the exact same desired outcome. It's put the theatre on to get the people to react to get the desired outcome. And I just don't want to be manipulated. I mean, you can't stop these people doing it. They might actually be doing it for good reasons. Who knows? I just can't put up with the lies and fucking bullshit. Anyway, what else was that? Oh, I got that up. Alright, let's talk to you about Dionysium, the cult. It was a ritual in ancient Greece and Rome which sometimes used intoxicants and trance-inducing techniques like dancing, music, and mushrooms and fucking anything that would get you off your tits to remove inhibitions and social constraints, liberating the individual to return to its natural state and also provide some liberation from those marginalised by Greece society. So this was like who all worshipped this god: the women, the slaves, the outlaws and non-citizens. In their final phase, the mysteries shifted their emphasis from Teutonic to underworld orientation, to transcend. Don't think there was much more I wanted to put on that. A fractal, it's just a repetition of the same thing. Dionysus, it's just the name Bacchus. There's the fennel staff. It's called something else. I can go there. Let's go to the cults. Oh no, I think I've forgot to fucking save one of these. But anyway, so there's the known, accepted cults, secret of cults. Their symbolism is still present to this day, and idiots out there on the fucking YouTubes. Mark Dice, hello, where's your Illuminati shit now, you fucking big-titted wanker? I mean, it really annoys me that it doesn't annoy me. It frustrates me. It frustrates me that people fall for this stuff. In fact, that's not true. It disgusts me. Because I fell for that stuff. And I now fucking hold these people in contempt. Real contempt. And so it angers me. That's what it is. I'm trying to get to the honesty of my emotions around this. It genuinely angers me. There's still people out there putting out propaganda to gaslight you about Illuminati when all they want you to do is vote for Trump. When they could do something like this and point you in the direction of all the genuine information, etymology, iconography, the whole shebang. But they don't, they can't, they won't. Because their job is to sell you Donald Trump or Hillary Clinton on the other side. Or it's to sell you. It's to sell you a fucking Milky Way, a red car, and a blue car. It's the fucking same shit. Now, this has went on for ages, man, but it's good fun. I told you, pig and shit. I could honestly do this all motherfucking day long. Alright, that's a wee bit too hard. Let me go to Google Earth and I'll show you this. Work it a wee bit better. QWE took the Milky Way. Right, where am I going here? There's Glasgow. There's Glasgow Green down here. Now, the architecture are showing you up outside Bacchus with the Fennel Staff, the Grand Lodge of Glasgow, the Old Sheriff Court, the All-Seeing Eye, which represents law. Look, the All-Seeing Eye looking down onto the Old Sheriff Court, which represents, in Mason's own words, own books. Don't read this. Don't read this. Go and listen to your Looney Tunes on the internet. They know the Illuminati satanic panic shit. They'll enlighten you, alright. Which represents Masonic law, looking down onto the city chambers. So again, now I would argue, and I might do this at a later date when I've got time and the emphasis to do it, that you would find, see this, I don't know if you would call it symbolism in the architecture, call it what you like, layout of the architecture, the ritual layout of the architecture, the symbolic layout of the architecture. I would argue I could point you to 1,000,001 fucking cities around the world and find the same shit. I can find it in New York with the Statue of Liberty, Times Square. I can find it in Fort William and all round fucking Scotland because it's the same shit. So here it's represented again. So here's the high... Oh, well, let me just show you the granddaddy. Right, so there's the pyramid. Right? With the all-seeing eye on top of it. But no. Again, that isn't the all-seeing eye. It's a maze on the ground. Get me? Right, so it's not the all-seeing eye. It's the maze on the ground. And it's not the all-seeing eye, which according to the Masons represents Masonic law. Again, sitting right in fucking front of the High Court of Glasgow. So you get the Masonic eye looking down on the Old Sheriff Court. You get the Masonic eye looking onto the High Court of Glasgow. You know what? I need to go and look at the new Sheriff Court, and I bet you I'll find the all-seeing eye in that as well. At the apex of a pyramid. And again, the pyramid is Illuminati, and let's see if we can see what could be. So there's a pyramid, Sparta's symbol, and I've done so much about this symbolism before. Let's see. God, I think that's as good as I'm going to get it. Now, some would say you're batshit crazy for fucking suggesting that the geometric layout of that may represent an owl. I can see it. I might be seeing Jesus in toast, but I see if that was the only owl I could see at the apex of a pyramid in Victorian parks put out at the height of Freemasonry in Glasgow, then I might think it was just a coincidence. But when I keep seeing it everywhere, in the Freemasonic world, it ain't a coincidence. And then when you read the Freemasonic writings and their obsession about ancient Greece, and you go and look into the history of ancient Greece, Athens' emblem of the owl, which represents knowledge, then it makes perfect sense. I can read the language, or I'm batshit crazy. One of the two. And again, there's a big, massive fucking obelisk. Again, just a coincidence that all the same symbols of the same fucking cliques from fucking way back when, under different names, under different guises. Now, I would argue as well the Pythagoreans who had a secret cult and their shit kept getting burnt down. They would have understood. They would have had to have a pyramid behind a pyramid behind a pyramid behind a fucking pyramid to make sure that they weren't getting burnt at the stake. Because anywhere they went in the ancient world, they didn't believe in fucking mumbo jumbo shit for fucking gods. They believed in science and numbers and the worship or the religious belief in science, probably. Now, and again, I don't want to fucking... If you draw a line from the McLennan, I was calling it the McClelland Arch for ages, fucking brain fart. The McLennan Arch Oh God, I'll blow your mind with this as well. The McClelland Arch, if you draw a line from there, through that processional line, through the obelisk, and continue to go directly straight, not a degree in, not a degree out, that line, that procession line that goes through Glasgow Green, that was set up in the Victorian era of Glasgow, the height of Freemasonry, it will point you directly to the pyramids of Egypt. And again, the pyramids of Egypt, which show up on the $1 bill with the all-seeing eye round it. So again, call me what you like, think I'm batshit crazy, but this is my madness. This is the language that I'm reading. These are the workings, the people, the players, the books, the websites that I've looked at this shit. And do you know what? Not one social media fucking reference between them all. In fact, that's lies. I get Donald Duck and Mathematical Land from YouTube. Love you, YouTube. Right? But I could have probably found it on a different source or just pointed in the direction of it, right? And again, that is originally a cartoon with Walt Disney, member of the Order of Demolay. They put that out. So, an hour and 10 minutes. Don't get gaslit by democracy. Don't get gaslit by secret societies. Don't get gaslit by Illuminati, deep state fucking morons. Don't get gaslit by YouTube in general. Don't have such a high opinion of yourself. You don't think you can be easily manipulated. And if you're sitting there believing in a new world order, deep state Illuminati fucking conspiracy that's coming to kill you, I would suggest that you consider for 1 second you've been gaslit. Just consider it. Just think, my belief that I can't go out there and have a job, have a life, have a family, contribute positive to society because there's an Illuminati, deep state fucking new world order conspiracy. I can't do that. Consider you might have been gaslit by morons out there for whatever, either to politically motivate you, turn you into a useless individual, or just by magicians practicing magic to turn you mad. Just run that through your thought process, fucking bank, man. Look, I not for 1 second do I ever think I've came to the right conclusion. It's my honest opinion at the time. I could be getting influenced by somebody. I would argue, I'm like, do you know anybody else out there saying anything along these lines of this information anywhere and putting it together in the coherent fucking story I am? I'm not saying there aren't people out there. I'd be surprised if there weren't. There's very few, and not one that I've came across. And again, I'm sick and tired of fucking morons out there on YouTube, spending a day scouring YouTube for the best stories, writing it down, or the good sounding bits, bouncing on YouTube's, rhyming and repeating it, here, New World Order, Illuminati, Deep State, saying all the talking points, and presenting themselves as some sort of authority. They're not. They know more than me. They know more. They don't know any more than me or you, or what me or you could learn. Now, I'll be honest, and I'm not saying this for fucking sympathy or the little violin. I'm saying it because it's an honest assessment of me on myself, and I don't really give a fuck. It doesn't make me feel small about myself. It makes me feel big that I can admit of who I am and what level certain parts of me are fucking at. I struggle to read. It's not a joke. It's not a punchline. That's why I pretty much came out of school learning fuck all. Even though if at one point, any way along my journey, I'd bumped into any cunt that could release that all-spark of the thirst of knowledge on me, I would have been fucking... I wouldn't be fucking nearly 37-year-old. Fuck all the very few good fucking things in my life. Sitting on fucking YouTube talking about conspiracies for about fucking 8 years. I'd probably have a job, a family. I'd probably be living in relative fucking happiness. Now, the one bet, again, it's social networks. It's not the internet that's a pile of shite. The internet is just a fucking bridge between you and information. It's the social nets that are a piece of shite that are just getting used to manipulate us en masse. So anyway, there's an original story about original conclusions, about original... You won't find anybody... I've searched high and low about people talking about all the Masonic symbolism inside Glasgow. That's one thing I want to do. I want to do tours of Glasgow and show this, walking tours of Glasgow and point out the symbolism to everybody. The only problem is the tour would be about 3 weeks fucking long, and then I'd start talking and it would turn into 3 month long. And you know what? I would do that fucking for free. I'd walk around Glasgow showing anybody all the fucking stuff. Not even touched on Glasgow Cathedral. There's not even touched on so much. Let me show you the Statue of Liberty that I was talking about in the Tradeston building. There's the Tradeston Bridge there. Now, this is the old cooperative. Oh God. Man, you need to go down and look at this building. It's fucking, the symbolism in it is phenomenal, right? It's the old cooperative. And it's literally got that on in the stonework in the original building. It's the old cooperative wholesalers of Glasgow. So all your goods and that used to come up with Clyde. Ah, shit. My ignorance, I don't know where the old port used to be. It might actually be there, to be honest. Just the opposite side of the Tradeston Bridge. Oh, and you know what? It's not going to fucking... Doesn't show you the fucking Illuminati symbolism. This will. There's the building there. Beautiful building, man. Beautiful building. Yeah, fucking cuntbag. How do you zoom? Alright, I forgot. See, because I switched between the maps and Google Earth and... Oh, wow, that's showing me to be a liar. Right, I'm not having that. I need to find a picture that shows you that. Wholesalers Glasgow building. I could do this for just... I could continuously do this. Still get... like, the more I speak, the more stuff. I could go into the 33 thing and do that for another hour and a half, man. Need to find an image of this building. There we go. There it's there. Right, there's the Statue of Liberty, which is on the top of that building. See that wee dome there? There it's there. It must have been getting took down for renovation at some point, and then that's why it wasn't shown in that other picture. But there it's there. There's the Statue of Liberty. Go and look at the face on that. Compare it to the face of Bacchus. Go and compare it to the face of the Statue of Liberty on the Glasgow City Chambers, and go and compare it to the face of the Statue of Liberty itself, which came from France after the Masonic Revolution of France. I think that's about it. I better fucking get out of here before I'm here forever. But so there's a wee a democracy scam, man. Understand what it is before you offer up other solutions. Or like, understand what it is before you participate. Don't be a fucking sheep. In fact, I think it's a reality that if you take fucking a world of people, there'll be certain amounts of people that will naturally fall into each group. But I would like to think that some of the sheep could progress into becoming like free-thinking men. I think it's maybe like if the spark of critical thinking for yourself, just the idea of that filters into people's heads. People can, instead of falling into Illuminati deep state symbolism and fucking bullshit, you can go and study iconography, look at the architecture, look where the statues came from, look who they're meant to represent, compare them to the statues of time immemorial that's happened. I better get out of here, man. Anyway, good Liverpool-Everton game. What a day. Hopefully you enjoyed that, YouTube. Thumbs it up, share it on Facebook, Twitter, Google+, all the good stuff. Kudos to anybody that fucking watched this to the end, man. I really don't know if this stuff fascinates and entertains people as much as it does me. I mean, just history and architecture, pig and shit. Politics, throw it away. Discussing politics, it's a waste of time. You've literally just fell into the fucking trap. And again, I had fallen into that trap. I managed to fucking climb out. And I'm saying to people, look, there is a rope there. And if you climb out and have a wee look outside that trap, you might fucking be surprised how enlightening it is not to get hung up on this Brexit stuff, fucking Trump Clinton pish. It won't affect us anyway. It'll make no difference to us in the grand scheme of things. This is all elite douchebags manipulating us for their wants and wills, and not ours. But he told me he would give me a better hospital. Okay, zippy. Anyway, thumbs it up, Facebag, Twitter, Google+, share it if you think anybody will enjoy this information. Remember what I do, it's digital busking, everything's available and accessible, free of charge. I've even been kicked off the monetization on YouTube as well. I'm debating whether to delete my whole back catalogue and remonetize it or not. I don't want to delete my whole back catalogue because I like to point and laugh at myself and use myself as an example of how fucking gaslit, dumbed down, not how gaslit to go round stupid rabbit holes we can be programmed to be just by the YouTubes. So remember what I do is digital busking. If you get value in the stuff I share, consider using the Patreon and PayPal buttons down below. And leave all your comments, a good, a bad, ugly and indifferent. I'll read and respond to as many as I can. Alrighty, boob tubes. Catches!
Keeps clear.